Welcome back. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs is informing the public that the Sexual and Reproductive Health Clinic at the VA4 Wellness Center will be closed on Tuesday, September 28, 2021, due to unforeseen circumstances. This Sexual and Reproductive Health Clinic will resume its services on Tuesday, October 5th. The Ministry of Health apologizes for any inconvenience caused by this clinic cancellation. The government of St. Lucia is continuing its collaboration with the government of Taiwan to restrict the importation of 7 main fruits and vegetables through the Food Import Substitution Program, which commenced in 2017. We hear more from the Department of Agriculture.
The Department of Agriculture, in collaboration with the Taiwan Technical Mission, through the enhancement of the efficiency of the production distribution supply chain in the fruit and vegetable sector project, also known as the 7 Crops Project, hosted a training session for a cohort of farmers in Region 2 on post-harvest handling of lettuce. The farmers were also introduced to new lettuce varieties, including the green and red rapid lettuce and the green and red romaine lettuce. This forms part of a series of training that has been done under the 7 Crops Project, which continues to fulfill its mandate of reducing St. Lucia's food import bill. According to production specialist at the Taiwan Technical Mission, Eric Chen, one of the main issues in lettuce production is wilting caused by poor agricultural practices after harvesting. He describes this as one of the primary issues that the 7 Crops Project is attempting to address through the training sessions.
The main topic today is handling of post-harvest of different kinds of lettuce varieties. But we also introducing new varieties of lettuce because we're trying to help the farmer to fight against the climate change. And we all know that it's been a very big challenges for the farmers. So different varieties has different characteristics. Some of it can stay in the hot weather, which will help the farmer to harvest more lettuce in hot weather.
Perishables manager for Marcy Stores, Dunstan DeMille, attended the training session and spoke to the farmers about the importance of good post-harvest handling in order to present high-value products to potential buyers.
We find a lot of issues with when people harvest and how they treat the lettuce. Sometimes we get wilting because they do not understand that those things should not be exposed to heat. So sometimes they come in to deliver, but they have over there to go and there to go, and they'll do all of that, not noticing that the nylon, the lettuce is in, and we try to advise them not to put it in nylons, but the reality is sometimes it do happen. But by the time they get there, you get a lot of wilting, you get a lot of water loss. Now, what we buy, we could never sell. Because of that natural environment, you could never sell what you buy. Especially a product like lettuce, when we buy it, it's full of water. By the time, the guys take it to its storage area, you have some water loss already. So if you have to go back and weigh that lettuce later, it will not weigh the same. So we want farmers to understand that there are certain things that they must do when it comes to post-harvest, when it comes to dealing with leafy vegetables, right? Once they fail to do that, those products go to waste.
The Department of Agriculture and the Taiwan Technical Mission encourages farmers across the island to use proper post-harvest handling techniques to ensure crop quality and minimize loss. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
The Christian community says it is playing its part in ensuring that the country regains some semblance of normalcy from the mayhem currently being experienced due to COVID-19. While the Anglican Church says it will be embarking on an education drive on the importance of vaccination, the Salvation Army has asked that members of the public be their brother's keeper and assist those who are unable to care for themselves during such times.
The Prime Minister of St. Lucia has advised the public that the best way to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic is to follow the science. But where exactly does the science point to? The Christian Council has made its stance clear when it comes to ensuring that individuals are vaccinated and has been on a mission to assist the Ministry of Health with their vaccination campaign. Churches which fall under the leadership of the Council have been asked to allow their premises to be used as vaccination sites. The chairman of the Christian Council and Archdeacon of the Anglican Church, Christian Glasgow, says more than just using church property, the Christian community will be using their influence to help educate individuals on the importance of vaccination at this stage of the COVID-19 fight.
A number of our denominations are involved in this education system. And one of the things we definitely will be doing, as we have already discussed among ourselves, is utilizing our reach in the school system, the education system, to reach persons in terms, first of all, about education on vaccination, and if needs be, facilitating the vaccination of such persons. This would include our principals, our teachers, ancillary staff, and in the cases where students are of a particular age, our students too. The thing would be, we're not just going to be talking about vaccination, but we'll be doing practical things to ensure that we are supporting what we are saying with action.
Vice Chairman of the Christian Council and Commanding Officer of the Salvation Army, Major Derek Mitchell, says members of the public need to be their brother's keeper by drawing the attention of authorities to persons who are shut in and not able to access vaccines on their own.
I encourage people to practice the protocols, and we are looking at taking a joint approach in getting the vaccination to those persons out on the street. Now we know that there are persons in some communities and out there in the streets that are constitutionally incapable of making their own decisions or taking care of themselves. And this is where God's people come in to help. So we need to work with our healthcare providers to get the vaccination to those persons also out there on the street.
In addition to the hiatus put on social gatherings and activities, unfortunately, other goodwill activities have suffered due to either curfews or lockdowns. Michelle explained that the pandemic has had a huge impact on the feeding program to the underprivileged commissioned by the Salvation Army.
Fortunately, NEMO has provided the Salvation Army with a pass, and at times on some Sundays we have to go out there to assist persons who are less fortunate. We do practice the protocols and we adhere to them, and even our beneficiaries that we have out there, we try as best as possible to encourage them to practice the protocols. We are short-staffed, and the resources that would be normally available to us pre-pandemic days, those resources are just not available to us again. But we are still able to provide at least 90 meals, hot meals every day to those persons who are less fortunate. That's from Mondays to Fridays. We have other partners like Gasper and the Catholic Church that does on Saturday and for some Sundays.
The church leaders are calling on all to do their part to ensure that the increase in the number of COVID-19 cases and deaths being recorded on island is stemmed. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Alumni and current students of the St. Joseph Convent are raving about the first ever virtual Carnival Queen Show. The event is a fundraiser to support the Javwe Scholarship to assist students who do not have the financial needs to continue their education at the SJC. The pageant is slated for October 2nd, 2021. One team, the St. Maria Goretti girls, sat with Hot 7 and spoke of their journeys and the importance of supporting the overall initiative, which is to raise funds for the school.
If you have not heard about the St. Joseph's Convent Secondary School's virtual pageant, then truly you've been living in a bubble. On October 2nd, 2021, 8 women, 4 alumni and 4 current students of SJC will take the stage in the first ever virtual Carnival Queen Show. The 8 girls, 2 of each sport house, will vie for the title of Miss Senior and Junior SJC. The 4 houses, St. Maria Goretti, the Green House, Blessed Anne, the Red House, St. Anne's, the Blue House, and St. Teresa's, the Yellow House, are on a mission to raise funds for the Javwe Scholarship to assist students who do not have the financial means to continue their education at SJC. Given that all social activities have been put on hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this is as close as St. Lucia will get to a Queen Show. As the day approaches, Hot 7 spoke with the 2 contestants of the St. Maria Goretti House, Dr. Merle Clark and Simone Sonson. Dr. Clark explains that not only is this event a worthy cause, it can be seen by members of the public as a ray of light during such a bleak time in history.
Dame Paulette Louise was the first recipient of the Javoué Scholarship, so we see what that could do, because we see, of course, given the opportunity, what she was able to go on to do. I mean, she really is a towering figure here in St. Lucia. We cannot deny that fact. She's a St. Teresa's girl, but, you know, we love her and we accept that. But we are representing St. Maria Goretti. There's been so much talk of COVID and of death. And even with doing this pageant, there's a reason it's a virtual pageant, because the initial plan wasn't necessarily that. But we've had to do it virtually. Of course, we're SJC, so we certainly comply in a sense with what we know is the right thing to do. So this is being done virtually with all the measures being put in place and adhering to all sorts of protocols. But we felt this was somewhat a ray of light. When all we hear is bleak news, deaths and COVID, and people having long COVID and so many other things, we felt that it was important to do this to bring some cheer, in a sense. Apart from the fact that we are raising funds for the Javoué Scholarship, we do think that it is something exciting and something fun that is being done at this time, and we do believe it will meet its objective. So that's why we invite everybody to join in. And
the junior contestant, Simone Sonson, is a current student of SJC. Given the turbulent times that students are facing navigating through online schooling, as well as the challenges posed by COVID-19, she spoke of her experience preparing for a pageant.
This journey has been an amazing journey. I mean, it doesn't feel like work. I always say that. It feels like fun. I mean, I'm a theatre art student, and pageantry is something I've always been willing to do. So it didn't come as work to me, but yes, it did have difficulties with it. As a student, it was difficult with my SBS and everything, but it was a great experience. I've learned a lot. I've learned how to walk properly, how to carry myself, how to talk properly. And I mean, it will come into play in the future. I would like to be a cosmetologist, so all this, it's just preparing me for life. With the hair, the makeup, it's just a fun experience. And I'd just like to say thank you to my sponsor, Tropic Builders Limited.
Pageantry is sometimes often viewed as competitive and stereotypical. Sonson says, while it may be the view of many, she does not believe that it takes a special type of individual to take part in a pageant, but fortitude and perseverance are a must.
I wouldn't say it takes a special type of person, because I can use my senior contestant as an example, Dr. Merle Clark. I mean, we all know she's a busy lady. During these COVID times, being a doctor is really difficult on them, but she makes the time, she puts in the effort, and I mean, it's all on you. It depends on your mindset, whether you want to do the pageant or not. It's all up to you.
The pageant is slated for October 2nd via pay-per-view.
Hey there, Goretti Nation! I am Simone Sonson.
And I am Dr. Merle Clark.
We are your contestants
representing the best house,
St. Maria Goretti's house.
Remember, we didn't come to play, we came to slay.
Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
And do stay with us. There's more after the break.